Sadness. Difficulty concentrating. Loss of interest. Depression can be treated. The first step is talking.
Welcome to Brookside Park, Talty Field, where it is the Cleveland Division of Recreation Junior Baseball Championship game. Again, my special guest announcer is back for another year, Marcus Morrison, the former coach of John Marshall and Mo. This year, 13, 14, 15-year-olds will square off. And again, it's another special day of excitement between two outstanding teams that we'll be seeing here today.
Yeah, Tim, it's going to be an exciting game for these two teams to make it here. They had to play some good ball during the season, and I'm excited to be here to see them play.
Well, before we go to the game, we're going to go to a pregame ceremony on the field where we will be honoring the junior baseball outstanding players from each team. We're going to go to Frank Galiccio, the president of the Greater Cleveland Sandlot Baseball.
Hello, everybody. My name is Frank Galiccio. I'm the president of Greater Cleveland Sandlot Baseball, a nonprofit that was formed in 2012. We're here today for the Junior Baseball Championship game, Gunning versus Woodstock. Congratulations for being here. The reason we're out here now is we're giving out the 2018 Junior Baseball Outstanding Players of this summer. So to get started, before we present the trophies to these fine young players, I'd like to tell you the reason why we're here. I'd like to also thank Rob Anderson for being here and for Tim Wills for having me here today. The reason we're here is that there was a gentleman, Mike Humiston. He was a great guy. He's involved in all of our lives, people standing here and running this from Edwin all the way to Tim. What I'm trying to say is he helped form this nonprofit. He was a scout for the Colorado Rockies and stuff, and he gave a lot back to the children of the city of Cleveland. So he passed away a few years ago, and his wife was supposed to be here today, Maria, but sadly to say they just lost their daughter-in-law yesterday. I'm really sorry. Just for a quick moment of silence. Thank you. Now we're going to present the trophies. And these trophies are in Mike's name, in Mike's honor, Mike Humiston. So we're going to start with the 2018 Junior Baseball Outstanding Players. And we're going to start with the first player, Ken Green from Bedford Recreation. Could you please come out? Congratulations, Ken. Thank you. The next player, Desmond Horn from Woodstock Black Sox. Good luck. Jamal Sumlin, the Central Recreation. Thank you. Okay. Brandon Wilshire, Esterbrook Recreation. Benjamin Hope from Glenville Recreation. Thank you. We're halfway through right now, but I'd like to welcome a person that's here, the Director of Recreation, Michael Cox. He's here in the audience with us, and we thank him for being down with us. He has a busy schedule. The next player is Benjamin Hope from Glenville Recreation. Oh, Hope, I got Hope, I'm sorry. Kelvin Foster from Gunning. Congratulations, kid. Christopher Peoples, Lonnie Burton, Recreation. Victor Serrano, Michael Zone, Recreation. Gregory Fuentes Garcia, All Ball Sliders. Matthew Taylor, All Ball Indians. And last, Orion Camper, Thurgood Marshall Recreation. We'd like to congratulate the players who are up here with today. Please give them a big hand. I'd like to thank the families for being here tonight, and we appreciate everything. Going back to Tim Wells.
Well, there you have it, the outstanding awards for the Junior Baseball League. And again, we will be starting in the next time we come back, we'll start today's games with the national anthem and a special presentation from VFW 2850 and these outstanding players for this championship game. We'll be right back, folks.
Mayor Frank Jackson and the City of Cleveland are committed to keeping your neighborhood clean and green through the use of the city-issued trash and recycling carts. It's safe, convenient, and mandatory. For more information, contact the Cleveland Division of Waste Collection at 216-664-3717.
Welcome to Brookside Park, Talty Field. Yes, it's the Junior Baseball Championships, 13-15. Tim Wells with Marcus Morrison and Mo. Anytime you talk about championship, a lot of excitement, a lot of kids looking for it, and you can see right now they're ready to go.
Yes, they are, Tim.
And obviously we're not going to waste much time, so we're going to go right to Edwin Santiago for the player introductions. Ed?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Talty Field at Brookside Park for the 2018 Junior Baseball Championship, featuring Gunning Park Gators and Woodstock Black Sox. Introducing Woodstock's Black Sox. Wearing number 3, playing second base, Jameer Phillips. Number 20 is the right fielder, Mike Reeder. Wearing number 5, playing shortstop, Cameron Ray. The catcher today is number 7, Desmond Horn. Number 2 does the pitching, Marcelo Chapman. First baseman is number 18, Ronald Appling. Playing the center field, number 14, Marquise Pinckney. Number 5 is the third baseman, Raekwon Easter. Extra player in the lineup, number 17, Raymond Reed. Number 6 is an outfielder, Preston Robinson. Outfielder number 8, Christian Moore. Infielder number 13, Kenneth Moore. Where number 16 is an infielder, Elijah Samuels. Where number 11, infielder, Carlos Ferguson. Woodstock Black Sox are coached by Mr. Tom O'Rourke, Mike Stennett, and Mr. Patrick Carroll. Introducing Gunning's Gators. Wearing number 1, playing shortstop, Kelvin Foster. Number 3 is the third baseman, Edwin Cruz. Playing center field, wearing number 8, John Reyes. Second baseman, number 14, Waldemar Irizarry. Extra player in the lineup, number 12, Juan Toribio. First baseman is number 2, James Peterson. Doing the catching today, number 4, Jacob Martinez. And left field, number 5, Mark Ruddy. Starting pitcher today, number 13, Noel Rodriguez. The right fielder is number 10, Ricardo Medrano. Infielder number 7, Matthew Ruddy. Number 9 is an infielder, Macklin Racas. Number 17 is an outfielder, Eli Lopez. We're number 20, Devontae Johnson. Gunning Gators are coached by Mr. Carlitos Torres and assisted by Mr. Floyd Moreno. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you face the flag, remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
Well, there you have it. Moments away from championship action from Brookside Park. And again, Tim Wells with Marcus Morrison and Mo. First of all, as they get ready to go, we want to take a look at the officials and the rules that they'll deal with. And first of all the officials from today are from the Greater Cleveland Sandlot Baseball Program. They'll be calling today's game. And again, all of them certified through the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Again, our home plate umpire, John Hackey, senior. He's 19 years as an umpire, a graduate of Holy Name High School. The first base umpire is Dennis Alberti, 4-year umpire and a 1982 graduate of Eastlake North. The second base, Chester Murphy, 32 years as an umpire, and he's from Alabama, Marengo County, a 1961 graduate. He's enjoying retirement and still giving back here on the ball fields. And over at third base, it'll be Scott Beckrist, 21 years as an umpire, a graduate from Parma High School. And Mo, they'll have some special rules that they'll deal with as we go through today's game. Let's take a look at those.
Yeah, Tim, today is going to have a 7-inning game. The batting order, you can have an additional hitter in each lineup tonight, so each team will bat 10 players. The base distance is 90 feet. The pitcher's distance is 60 feet 6 inches. And there's a mandatory play rule. Everybody must bat, everybody must play the field, and starters may re-enter the game. The run spread rule is 10 runs after 5, and the speed up rule, intentional walk, no pitches have to be thrown, and there's a courtesy runner for the catcher.
Well, again, as you can see here, as the teams are getting ready to play, let's take a look at the defense for the Woodstock Black Sox. And if we look at them defensively, they've had a couple last-minute changes, Mo, but let's go over who's going to be playing where for them on the defensive side.
Yeah, behind the plate, they're going to have Marquise Pinckney.
My mistake, Mo. I take that back. We went gunning. So let's do gunning first.
All right. So for gunning, they're going to have Kelvin Foster behind the plate, and Neil Rodriguez will be on the mound. At first base, they're going to have James Peterson. At second base, Waldemar Irizarry, and at the shortstop, Kelvin Foster, and at third base, Edwin Cruz. Out in left field, Mark Reddy, and center field is John Reyes, and in right field, Ricardo Madrano.
And we had a chance to catch up with the manager of the Gunning Park Gators, Carlitos Torres, to get his views of his starting pitcher today, Noel Rodriguez.
My starting pitcher for today is number 13, Noel Rodriguez. Noel throws 3/4 sidearm. He's my starting pitcher because a lot of batted balls are ground balls, which is what we want. So we're going to have the hitters try to hit ground balls to us. And in order for them to be successful, we're going to try to limit our base on balls.
And again, when you look at the starting lineup for the Woodstock Black Sox, they'll lead off with Jameer Phillips at second base. He's hitting .315. Mike Reeder will play center field at .320. Cameron Ray, the shortstop, and a pretty good one at that at .405. Desmond Horn will be their pitcher and batting cleanup. Carlos Ferguson will play first base. In the left fielder, Marcelo Chapman. Then it'll be Marcus Pinckney, the catcher. Raquan Easter, the third baseman. Ron Appling, the extra hitter. And Raymond Reed will round out the lineup playing left field. And Coach, when they talked to them before the game about keys to their game as far as the Woodstock team, when we look at them, what were the keys that the coach shared with you as far as what they need to do to win here tonight?
Well, Tim, he said mental toughness is going to be a big factor. He said must compete the whole game. They need to have timely hitting with their best hitters, Desmond Horn, Cameron Ray, and Jameer Phillips. Must get on base and avoid the big inning. You know, 3 up, 3 down.
So again, temperature, a cloudy day, but in the 70s. And leading off for the Woodstock Black Sox is number 3, Jameer Phillips, their second baseman. Again, favorite player, Jose Ramirez. And he'll foul the first one off. Again, we will have a special guest that's going to join us at the top of the second inning. He'll be from the VFW 2850 that were part of the opening ceremonies with the flag bearing of our national anthem. And they'll call that foul. Again, these teams played earlier in the year, and it was all Gunning Gators winning 15-2. But the Woodstock team coming in to get in here, they have a 6-2 record, 8-2 overall with their 2 playoff wins, beating Estabrook 9-1 and the O-Ball Indians 11-5. Again, there were 12 teams that were in the league this year. They played on Tuesday and Thursday evenings and all City of Cleveland fields.
Just did get a piece of that one, Tim.
Yeah, you can see they're a little bit nervous like we expect.
Right.
And mom and dads, as you're watching this from home and seeing them play, be a part of today's telecast. See if you can match our illustrious stat crew. We'll be selecting an outstanding player of the game. Ground ball. Throws over and a nice scoop.
Good play. All right. Made a good play. That was a good hit.
That's what I think we're going to see this game, Tim. A lot of basic fundamental plays right there. You know, he's a young kid at shortstop, but he was pretty smooth. Needs to be a little bit smoother and getting the ball there, but the first baseman picked him up, and that's what a good first baseman does.
Again, that was James Peterson over at first. Kelvin Foster, the shortstop. And now batting for the Black Sox is number 20, Mike Reeder. Two-0 count, 1 down. Just underway in the first inning from Brookside Park.
Looked at that one right down the middle.
You are watching the Spectrum Television Network, City of Cleveland, channel 1020 in your house.
It's a good pitch. He's coming in with consistent strikes, Tim. So the Black Sox, you know, they need to be ready to hit when they get up there. Struck him out there.
So 2 up, 2 down. And now it'll be Cameron Ray, the shortstop, number 15. He's their leading hitter, 405 on the season. He attends Warrensville. He's also on the junior RBI team. Solid player. Kid, this is a kid, Mo, when you know a little bit about Cameron.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I have Cameron. He trains with me in the wintertime. And, you know, I started with Cameron when he was probably about 10 years old. He's got a lot of athletic ability. He runs track also. So he's doing double duty over there at Warrensville. He's playing baseball and he's running track.
So, and again, I guess he fits that mold when you say, here's a kid that truly loves the game of baseball.
Correct, correct. Comes from a line. His brother also played for me.
Coach, you're going to be giving away your age here pretty soon, because I know we go through a lot of these guys. You know many of them.
Yep. Got a 2-1 count. A little high strike, but it was in there.
Again, folks, as we go through today's game, we'll be passing on a lot of information about free recreation programs. And there's your first base hit up the middle by Cameron Ray, and the first hit of the ball game. And it's man on first with 2 down, and now it'll be up to their pitcher, who's hitting .402, just as good as this guy. You take a look at it here, Coach.
Yeah, I think he got jammed a little bit, but he was able to muscle that up the middle, Tim. And probably look for him to be running on the base pass just to get something started. It's 2 outs. Why not?
So Desmond Horn, again, probably for those baseball fans would say balk, but we know, as you know, once they step off, they're an infielder.
Correct.
Taking that one low. Again, Desmond Horn, also from Warrensville, an RBI player. And the thing that really impresses me is his favorite player is Jackie Robinson.
And there goes.
And he got a hold of one, and this looks
deep.
like he might have got it by him.
And he did.
And he did. So Woodstock's going to bring him home. He'll come in a 2-base hit. Now they throw it away. It'll stay in play, but he's going to try to come all the way around. This is going to be a hold up. Now you got a rundown. And here comes the throw.
In there.
And the Woodstock team in the first inning, a 2-base hit, and we'll put a few errors on it. But more importantly, it's 2 runs. Cameron Ray and Desmond Horn, and you called it, Coach. That speed of both of these players, Cameron Ray and Horn, definitely showed in that play.
Yeah, he got a nice inside fastball. He was able to pull and get over to the left fielder's head, and from then there, left fielder did his job, gets it into the cutoff. But hey, where's your first baseman backing up that play? Those are the basic fundamentals that you have to have.
So now Carlos Ferguson, he's their first baseman, number 11. He'll let a little ground ball over to first. They'll step on the bag. But in the top of the first, they get 2 runs on 2 hits, a couple gunning errors. But at the middle of 1, it's 2-0. The Black Sox, but the Gunning Gators are coming up to bat. So, Coach, let's now talk about that Woodstock Black Sox, which definitely is going to play a big key as far as defensively, because we know Gunning is going to put the ball in play.
Yeah, we got Marquise Pinckney. He's going to be catching behind the plate at first base. We got Carlos Ferguson. At second base, we got Jameer Phillips, shortstop Cameron Ray, third base Raekwon Easter, and on the mound is going to be Desmond Horn. Out in left, we have Marcelo Chapman. In center, we got Marquise Pinckney. Excuse me, in center, we got Mike Reeder. And then left, we have Raymond Reed.
And again, we got a chance to talk to the assistant coach, Tom O'Rourke, before the game to get his views about his starting pitcher today, Desmond Horn.
My starting pitcher for today will be Marcelo Chapman. Marcelo is going to need to be consistent and accurate with the fastball and stay within the strike zone and keep the batters in line as far as pitch count and balls and strikes.
Well, again, as you can see, Coach talked about getting the ball over, throwing strikes. That's what he's going to need to do, and they got to play defense, and that's a big factor. So now we'll look at the Gunning Park Gators and their starting lineup. Kelvin Foster will lead off, their shortstop, hitting .420. Edwin Cruz over at first base, hitting .525. And I believe they moved Edwin Cruz defensively to third base. Yeah, they moved him to third, so he's at third. Then you got John Reyes in center, Waldemar Irizarry at second, Juan Tribio at first, James Peterson at first, Juan Tribio the extra player, Jacob Martinez, Mark Ruddy, Noel Rodriguez, and Ricardo Maduran.
So Desmond Horn is pitching, right?
That is correct.
Number 7. And, you know, I'm watching him. He's got a smooth delivery. In warm-ups, he was keeping the ball low. If he does that, there's going to be a hard time hitting him today. There's that low strike right there. He started him off with a curveball for a strike, and then he threw that low fastball. Again, if he keeps the ball down like that, they're going to have a hard time hitting him today. There it is.
So Desmond Horn comes up, gets the first strikeout of the ball game on Kelvin Foster for the first out. And now it will be Edwin Cruz, their third baseman. Again, he's from Max Hayes, likes Francisco Lindor. Hit over 500 on the season. He's going to hit one to the shortstop. And again, right over to first, and a great play again by Cameron Ray over to Carlos Ferguson.
Tonight, the Wood Sox, they have the momentum right now, and they're playing to win right now. Pitchers is laid back, and he's in a nice rhythm. He's throwing consistent strikes. Cameron Ray was able to get that ball over there in time, and you know, everything's kind of coming together for these guys right now.
So John Reyes, the center fielder, hitting .370 on the year. Again, he's a student over at Max Hayes High School. I'll tell you what, I look at the favorite players more and more. You see a lot of that. Jose Ramirez is my favorite guy to play.
Yes, sir.
I love him. Well, then again, was he leading how many categories for the Indians right now, Mo?
I think he's leading the MLB in home runs too, right?
Yeah, yeah. Helps when you hit a couple in one game every.
And what amazes me is, like, you know, that's why I love baseball. He's such a little guy, and he's doing, I mean, he's doing everything. He's doing everything. That baseball doesn't discriminate on height.
So he's 0-2. Again, anything you would want out of a pitcher in the first inning, throw strikes. They can put the ball in play.
Good pitch on the 0-2 in the dirt.
And we will have our special guest joining us right after this out from the VFW 2850. We get a chance to find out exactly what the veteran of foreign wars do over there. I'll tell you what, the veterans have done so much in the community. We honor them for the service that they gave to our country. The freedom that we have today is because of those veterans and the work that they did, saving our country and keeping us strong. There it is, strike 3. So 3 up, 3 down. So right now at the top of 2, it's the Black Sox 2, the Gators 0. And now joining us is Art Ledger Jr. You're a member of the VFW number 2850. First of all, welcome to TV20, Art.
Oh, thank you so much. We're happy to be here. It's a privilege to be here, especially see these young folks playing ball. This is really top of the toast.
You know, first of all, for our viewers that first time they're hearing VFW and what it is, let's talk a little bit about VFW.
Yeah, most of our young folks don't know that the VFW is Veteran of Foreign Wars. And what we have is a bunch of comrades who have served overseas to protect this country. And we have band together, we have full board, everything. And our commander, Ray Diaz, is been leading us for a little while, and we run it just like the military, and we are very proud to be a member of the VFW. And if you are a member in time when you do become deceased, we are there with a 21-gun salute, and we put on a ceremony for you, and we show you that you are appreciated even at the end.
You mentioned Ray Diaz. It goes back to a lot of memories. I can remember years ago where Mr. Diaz was a coach over at Blessed Sacrament. I think he coached all the sports and served so many kids. And I know his son is now a officer in the Cleveland Police Department.
Yes, he is. Homicide.
Homicide
yes,
division.
He is.
I wouldn't want that detective job for nothing. I see him occasionally on some things, but realistically, coming out here today and being with the kids, what was that feeling like for the first time?
Well, the best thing I could describe it is, you as a veteran, you really feel wanted when we get invited to things like this. We get excited. We do. We go, wow, they didn't forget us. This is a great thing for us. Yes.
Absolutely. And then the other thing is when I think about your group, we got a ground ball over here to first, Coach. And that was Marcello Chapman. We're going to kind of chirp in and out here for a minute, Art. So that's the first out. But I go back and I think about it. For years, the VFW sponsored a adult softball team. And some of those veterans, I remember, God rest his soul, Tommy Forcappa.
Forcappa, yes.
Oh, my God, did he have some teams. What an amazing man. Right. So much energy, always smiling. He'd make you laugh.
Right.
What a
very
tremendous
dedicated
guy.
To our post and dedicated to his ball playing. And sometimes we miss comrades like that, you know. We need more of them to step up to the plate and help coach and everything else.
Can you tell us where you're located at?
We're located on West 61st Street, between Store and Clark. And I always want to tell everybody, it's a red brick building that's small. You can pass it.
Coach, I'm going to give you the inside scoop on this VFW. They got a heck of a fish fry. I remember when they had fish fries, and we used to go there all the time. And they do so much in the community, and they're so involved. But you're so right, Art. A lot of times, sometimes I guess if I'm a veteran, and you know, you go to those. It's unfortunate, but you go to the funerals, and you're there for all your comrades and all that. But really, it's much more than that. It's the fact of sometimes teaching the young people about what it was, you know, fighting for your country and the things you went through, the values that they were taught. It really ties into what we're doing with kids today, is trying to get those life skills.
Right, and it helps out if they learn to follow commands and instructions.
We'll pop up to center field.
That was Marquise Pinckney.
And John Reyes was able to make the catch.
So now it's Raquan Easter, the third baseman. But obviously, with the same mission that we're trying to teach life skills and values and things like that, obviously, can you talk about when you were in the service, the kind of things that they were teaching you when you were young and being part of being in the service?
Well, one of the things that happened, you did it to us we got here. The word is hurry up and wait. You teach patience. They teach you that. You're going to learn to be patient. It's not going to be your way, not going to be on time for you all the time.
Right.
That's an important thing. The other thing is it also teaches you to have camaraderie and learn how to count on the next man to help you. And it's so important, especially in combat situations, you know.
It kind of follows that team concept that we see today on the sports fields in many ways, just like that we're watching today.
That's correct.
Hit it right on the button, Coach, but right at him. So 3 up, 3 down. Raquan Easter to the center fielder,
John Reyes.
Tell you what, right on the money, Coach. So 3 up, 3 down. We're in the middle of 2, and our guest, again, Art Ledger from VFW 2850. And as you can see from our aerial camo from TV20, high above Brookside Park, he's joined us today along with 3 other comrades. Can you give us their names? I know Ray and I know you, Art, but who are the other 2 gentlemen that were here today?
We have Chuck.
Mickey's out by the car.
And Mickey. Chuck and Mickey,
Yeah.
and Art and Ray.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
No, which one is Ray?
Right
This
here.
is our
Oh, okay.
commander.
Now, that's the one that has the son that's on the first 48.
He coached more teams.
Yeah.
Blessed Sacrament should have named it Ray Diaz School.
I watch his son all the time. He works and works and works.
Yeah, he can tell you stories about the kids growing up and teaching them sports along the way, because I'll tell you, he had a passion. And those kids, I think they gave him a few gray hairs back then. Is that right, Ray? Absolutely. But yeah, they. So anyway, Art, I first of all want to say thank you so much for coming today and getting us started off in the right direction. We are committed to making sure you get a copy of this game and a DVD copy for all 4 of you, so you can see exactly how it ends up on TV, and you'll be able to play it maybe at the hall, and you can show it back there. So we're going to make sure we get those to you. It might be a couple weeks time we're done with editing and everything, getting it all together, but it's really been a pleasure to have you guys here today.
All right, we'll be happy to receive it.
Okay.
I thank you for
thank you very much for coming by.
Thanks a lot. Take care.
Again, Art Ledger Jr. and the VFW 2850 right here in Cleveland, Ohio, part of the pregame ceremony. And again, you can see as they're here today, what an outstanding group of men that have been a great part of being part of the community and being involved, and we thank them for the service they gave.
That's Waldemir.
What a catch. Did he get it by him?
He dropped it.
So a 2-base hit. He hit it on a button.
Yes, he did.
Irizarry, the second baseman, hitting .363.
Left that on the inside of the plate. He was able to pull it. It was right there. Just couldn't get a glove on it.
So now up is Juan Tribio. He's from Thomas Jefferson School. 375 on the year. Many of these kids that we're seeing here today, they'll be going into their high schools, Coach, and we'll talk a little bit about preparation going into those schools and things that they need to do to be successful.
Nice curveball. Got him out front. Juan Toribio. Count is 1-1. Nice ground ball to the second baseman. He'll throw him out at first. And Waldemir Irizarry will move up to third base after his double. So we got 1 out. Runner on third. James Peterson is up to bat. James takes a strike right down the middle. James goes to Lutheran West. He's batting .295 on the season. His favorite player is Jason Kipnis.
Played with the Rebels. He played 6 games with that other team, but only 4 with the Rebels. Can he still play in the playoffs?
If he played 6 games, he's okay.
With the other team, they went out.
Marcellus sets, pitches, curveball, a little low. Good pitch, though. Good pitcher's pitch. Again, James Peterson, we got a 1-1 count, 1 out. Irizarry on third base.
Wow.
Another curveball looked like it missed inside. I don't think Marcelo agrees with that one, but that's where the ump called it at. Yep, a little high.
You got to remember, folks, they're closer than we are. We're getting a slow motion look at it. But I do agree with you, Coach. It looked a little bit high and inside.
Yeah, he's a young pitcher, Tim, and he's just not pulling that string like he should.
No,
but he's got a great curveball. He's not finishing. That's what I meant to say. Not finishing, but he's got a great breaking ball. You know, he's going to have some real potential. He keeps his fastball down low, and that's what you want in your pitchers.
Well, I don't know who's over at Warrensville coaching that high school team, but they got a young man coming there. It's going to be a pretty good player. A couple of them.
Yep. Here's that curveball again. And he called him out. Ray had to rush the throw, but he got it there.
So the run comes in to score. So that's 2 outs.
And Carlos Ferguson did a great job of staying on that bag right here and catching that ball. It palmed him, but he got it. He got the out. It's a great job. I think
he's asking for the home plate umpires. Well, I don't see him overturning this.
No, I don't either.
But we'll see. Take a look
if
at
he pulled his leg or something like that, maybe, but I don't think he pulled it. I think he caught the ball on the bag, and then he was able to control the ball, and they overturned it.
So we'll take a look at it here. You tell us, folks, did they get it right?
Looks like a catch to me.
It does. Let's take a look if we can get it one more, Pat. Tough call, slow-mo. So we'll get a look if we can at it one more time. But right now, batting for Gunning is Jacob Martinez, their catcher.
So that run scored. Waldemir, he scored. Oh. They tried to pick him off at first. So the score now is 2-1. Blackstock still ahead.
The men in blue would tell you if we could see everything in slow-mo, we could be perfect. We'll take a look at it here, folks. You tell us, out or safe? There's the angle. There's the ball.
The foot was on the bag. I think he was out.
Yeah,
he got the call right at first.
I think they did.
You know, you don't want to overthink these things. It probably should have been a question of, hey, did he pull his foot? Did you see him pull his foot or anything like that? But other than that, you know, it was an out.
Yep. Well, in our view, and ones at home will think, yeah, he's definitely out. But it was that close.
Right.
Visual eye. You can see it. Could have went either way, but Usually I keep thinking, you know, how MLB does their thing, and you say, okay, he's not going to overturn it because there's not enough there to overturn it.
Exactly.
But in this case, they did. So counts even, 1-1. Man on first is Peterson. Their first baseman, Jacob Martinez, who you're looking at, is the catcher. And the pitcher is Desmond Horn. Ground ball, third base. Tries to get the force, and he drops the ball.
Again, good idea. It's tough to be a lefty at second base, but the out should have been made. He stands straight up when he throws that ball, and that's how his ball goes high. Got to teach our kids to stay low, keep their body low, so their ball will stay low, and it's catchable.
So now it'll be Mark Ruddy. He's the left fielder, number 5, hitting .257 from St. Ignatius. And Mark Ruddy, favorite player, Trevor Bauer. First place Cleveland Indians, up by 10 games already.
Isn't that something?
And it's August 1st, and usually we get better as we go here, Coach.
Right, right. Marcelo's got some good velocity on his fastball. Right now, I think he's just trying to, you know, overthrow. He gets back into that groove because his ball is falling high. Good pitch.
I'll tell you what, he's got some pop on the fastball.
Oh yeah, he's bringing it in there.
Coach, you kind of probably said it when I was at John Marshall. I wish I had a kid like this I could work with and teach.
Right, and that's why I'm doing the things I'm doing now, Tim. Is because I want to work with more kids that really doesn't have, you know, that person to take them out and get them together, get them ready for college. Get them polished off, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's a must. People saying, minority kids aren't playing baseball. They're playing, and as you see, you know, right here, they're playing. But at a certain point, if they're not polished, and that's where we're talking about going to high school, what are they going to need to do? You got to polish yourself off so you're making less errors, and the game is not necessarily becoming easy to you, but a little bit easier, you know.
Absolutely.
And usually it's just small tweaks, you know, just small things that have to be done or that they don't know. It's a good pitch.
That was right over Broadway.
If you're not used to curveballs, that's how you'll look. You won't think it's a strike.
So now Noel Rodriguez, the pitcher for Gunning. And they're doing the courtesy runner to the catcher.
Here. He snaps that thing off. And
so here we are.
A little bit off the plate, but if he's consistently calling it there, you can't leave it. Got to try to foul it off or do something.
So Noel hitting .277 on the year. He's from Cleveland Preparatory Academy. He is a junior RBI player. And his ideal favorite player, Francisco Lindor.
There you go. I was just thinking the other day, I said, I can't wait to see what his contract is going to be when it comes up.
Oh.
He's only making like $500,000 a year right now.
Oh, my Lord.
So, you know, he's still young. And when that contract comes up, I'm seeing Alex Rodriguez numbers, $250 million, you know, and obviously, hopefully, the Indians lock him in for a long time.
Right.
Because he's just going to be one of those Hall of Fame players that just everybody loves, the face of the team, you know.
Right. Cleveland's had some outstanding players, you know, in the 90s and now. There's a swing and a miss.
And then the umpire signal, it was a foul tip. A lot of people don't know this, Tim, but there's a difference between a foul tip and a foul ball. A foul ball, the ball would be dead. A foul tip, if that runner chose to steal third base, he would still be able to get the base because the ball is still in play because it went straight into the catcher's mitt. So to clarify that for the people at home, a foul ball is not the same thing as a foul tip.
I can guarantee you we could take 10 people that are watching this and at least 7 will say, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And I can tell you there's a lot of fans that don't know it because they'll be yelling at the umpires.
Right. He tipped it. That was
there
a great pitch. Great
There's that breaking ball, Coach.
Yep.
He did foul through that time.
Yeah, and he knew it. And, you know, it's a great pitch.
So they get 1 run. They did it on a big double. They did have an error by the Woodstock Black Sox that helped the cause. And as you can see, it's 2-1 here as we enter the top of the third. And, Coach, just to break away from a little bit of some of the things we've been talking about, obviously 2019, a year away. You talk about baseball and history, and we talk about League Park. You've seen the new League Park. The things that are over there at the museum, what an amazing story.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's, you know, they've been talking about it for years, but just to, you know, to see it become reality, and it's a beautiful park, and I would have liked to see a little more to it, but, you know, I think our kids are getting a lot of it at Park, and it's a great place for history. Kids to come learn history of baseball and just what went on in that era. You know, it was amazing to see how the old League Park was a big stadium right down in that small neighborhood.
So let's do this right now, folks. TV20 has put together a package about baseball history in Cleveland. And it starts not only over at League Park with the stadiums and right here at Brookside Park with an historic field. Let's take a look.
League Park was built back in the late 1800s by a gentleman who happened to own the trolley car system. He placed League Park in the middle of a thriving neighborhood. It was built in the late 1800s, and originally it was a wood stadium that was built for 9,000 fans. In 1908, 1909, there was a movement to take down the old wood stadiums and really build state-of-the-art facilities. So what we're standing in now is the ticket house from the 1909 League Park. And they increased the number of seats from 9,000 to 20,000, became a state-of-the-art field. Recently, the park was restored in 2014 when the museum moved from downtown Cleveland here to League Park. And they restored the ticket house, a wall that was a part of the original facility, and they put the field back in the exact dimensions as they were when it was originally built. So home plate is exactly where it was when the Cleveland Indians won their 1920 championship, when the Cleveland Buckeyes won the 1945 Negro League World Championship, when Babe Ruth hit his 500th home run, same spot. So when you come to visit the park and you get onto the field, you're actually standing on what we consider holy ground for baseball, because all the great players played out here on this field. And it is where the Cleveland Indians began.
And League Park is not the only historical field in the city of Cleveland. Brookside Stadium hosted a number of amateur baseball games in the early 1900s with crowds of 30 to 80,000. In those days, sandlot baseball was very popular and even garnered tons of media coverage.
Early 60s, 70s, even a little bit into the 80s, the Plain Dealer covered the league like they had teams in it every Sunday, a team picture, an article about them all the way through the league. They had articles about the umpires, they had articles about the fields, Sometimes the fields were good, sometimes the fields were bad, and there were articles about it. They had articles about the backers, about people that made it to the minor leagues, to the major leagues, and covered it like it was like unbelievable. We didn't think it was unbelievable at that time until all the coverage left, and then we knew what we missed.
From Brookside Stadium to Talty Field, back to League Park, Cleveland's baseball environment is rich with history. And for kids to be able to learn this history and play on these fields is amazing.
When we get kids coming in here and they're out there and they know that they're playing on holy ground, it truly is a magical place here. And every time we get a group of people in here, especially young people, and they get enthusiastic about what they're seeing and they get really interested in what's going on, it brings a pretty big smile to my face. And it's a wonderful experience, and I'm blessed to be able to be part of this.
Coach Mo, when you look at a package and you see the Municipal Stadium, the League Park, and you look at the historic field over here, over 100,000 people, and then here we are at the Brookside Park today. What a transition. But the exciting part about 2019, and a lot of people don't know it yet, but we want you to be aware of it, folks, because it's coming. The MLB All-Star Game coming to Cleveland. How exciting is that, Coach?
It's going to be great, Tim. I'm trying to put my bid in on something. I got to go to the home run contest or to the game. I don't know. I just want to be around the atmosphere. You know, I was watching the All-Star Game this year. They had so many things for the fans to do that was free, and for the kids, and just to enjoy. You know, and it's going to bring a lot of money to the city, which we're going to need after somebody left. But hey, you know, Cleveland's still Cleveland, and we still got to live on. We got to move on, and you know, and it's just going to be an exciting time for especially our kids that are playing here to come down and be a part of that All-Star weekend.
Well, Coach, let me put you on the spot here, and you go back and think the last time Cleveland had an All-Star game here in Cleveland. If you could tell me, do you remember that day? Who was the one that was the MVP of that All-Star game in Cleveland?
Was it Sandy Alomar?
It was Sandy Alomar.
Yeah.
It would be an awful great thing if we had a Francisco Lindor, Jose Ramirez in 2019.
That'd be awesome. My thing is, I thought you were going to ask me the year, and I'm like,
I'm not that good with those things. But yeah, you go back. Sandy Alomar was the MVP the last time they were here in Cleveland in 2019. In the summer, it'll be here, folks. MLB All-Star Game, something to get excited about. And again, we'd be remiss without thanking all our sponsors, the Cleveland Indian Cheerleaders, the Greater Cleveland Sandlot Baseball, the Cleveland Baseball Federation, all of them providing this opportunity free for kids to play baseball.
So that was Desmond Horn, gets a walk. And coming up, we've got Carlos Ferguson. Desmond Horn takes off. There's a throw down to second, and he's in there. So Carlos Ferguson, he's the first baseman. Fouls that one off. The count goes to 0-2. Desmond Horn has to return to second base. Looks like he was taken off. So it counts 0-2, one out. That ball's inside. Count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. That shortstop is trying to hold that runner on, and that's where the youngness comes in. He's taking himself way out of position to try to hold a runner that's probably not going anywhere. This is the learning stage, Tim. You know, when we talked about kids going to high school, you got Foster playing.
Ground ball to third.
And he called him out. But you got Kelvin Foster at shortstop. He's got to learn how to hold his runners on. You know, it's going to be a big thing in high school. You can't take yourself out of position. So right now we got 2 outs.
It looks like Cameron, or number 6. No, I can't see the number here.
It's like 16.
16.
Or 15. Tillman Appling. Tillman Appling.
Apley. Tillman Apley is now batting. I'll tell you what, a lot of times the folks at home, when you think about baseball, you think, well, summertime baseball, but realistically, it's more than that. And the best way to get involved, folks, is to go to your local recreation centers, or if you're not sure which rec center, you can always call the Cleveland Recreation Department. We can try to help you out as he fouls out. A nice play by the first baseman from Gunning Park, and that was James Peterson. So that brings us to the end of the 3rd inning. It's 2-1 the Black Sox. We'll be right back with some more championship game.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Welcome back to Brookside Park, where you're watching the Woodstock Black Sox and the Gunning Park Gators Junior Baseball City of Cleveland Free, sponsored by the Cleveland Baseball Federation, Cleveland Indian Charities. And again, the age group is 13 to 15. And obviously, folks, if you have not been anywhere near Brookside Park the last few years, it is an amazing place right now. You need to come down. It's a great family park at this time. You couldn't ask for better weather, Coach. Skies have kind of cleared, a little bit of a breeze.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Even Unicycle Mo was through here one day.
So Desmond Horn, the pitcher, he leads 2-1.
Marcelo Chapman.
Oh, they changed the pitcher on us.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. Well, maybe when we get a chance here, we'll try to
Wait a minute,
get.
it is Desmond Horn. That's right.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
I got to talk to him about this.
Coach Mike is
hanging in there with us. You know that, but I got to talk to Mike about changing these colors, purple with black. It's tough seeing those numbers.
right. And then I'm colorblind, so it doesn't help at all. Yeah, Desmond Horn, I'm really impressed with this kid. He's settled down, and I love his delivery and where his ball placement is. It's low. He sneaks in that curveball every now and then, and he's been around the plate. So, you know, these guys, Gunning is going to come up here ready to hit because he's going to be around the plate.
And folks, we want to remind you that please stay tuned to TV20 on your channel. It's 1020 now with Spectrum. Next week, those sports championship games will continue. We'll be right back here at Brookside Park. It'll be the Youth League. It's 10, 11, 12. And again, it'll be the Estabrook Eagles and the Woodstock Black Sox. I was teaching, was talking to Coach Stennett. I said, I'm trying to figure out how you hide the gray hair. Because that's why I keep my hat on, Tim. Ground ball over to first. Nice job.
And that's Raekwon Easter at third base.
Well, I'll tell you, you talk about pitching, no better way. Let's take a look at it right here. Again, you look at strikeouts.
It's the
this
first
man,
one.
yeah.
Number 2, 3, 4.
Wow. That sure makes it a lot easier on the defense, Coach.
Hey, Tim, hey, a kid like this that's developing right now, he still has a long ways to go. And but right now he's wheeling and dealing.
So he's throwing strikes.
Here he comes back with another one. Looked like a tight breaking pitch right there. And Kelvin Foster, you know, he's a good hitter. So back. And if he probably would have caught that, he might have got that strike.
So if you look at it right here, you can tell he's got him off edge. They don't know if it's the curve or the fastball. I'll tell you what, I think we're going to hear his name for a while. Pop up, right side, left side here.
Still in fair territory. Got to get to that fence.
He must have almost hit that camera guy. I'm glad our third base cameraman has got his head down. I don't know how close it was.
Those are those little things. Here we go. See, he needs to get to that fence. He found the fence, and he was just a little far. I stand corrected right there. He did the right thing. Nice pitch. And that is, if I'm not mistaken, that's his 5th strikeout.
That's 5, Coach. That's 5. I'll tell you what, look at this, Coach.
Hey, that pitch looks so good to hitters right by their eyes, and it's just unhittable. Your hands are below the ball.
So now Edwin Cruz with 2 outs. And again, his last time up, Cruz grounded out to short. At the end of this inning, we will have the president of the Greater Cleveland Sandlot Baseball joining us.
It's a foul ball right there. 2-1, bottom of the 3rd.
Again, 2 strikes ahead of the hitter. Coach, what's that theory? You know, you get ahead of the hitter, that batting average automatically drops. Ground ball through the middle. There it is. Base hit. So the
he's going to
go for 2.
Yep.
And he'll come in standing up as the center fielder from the Black Sox let it get by him. That was Mike Reeder. So now you got a man in scoring position. And that's John Reyes.
Right here, Coach. Side. All you have to do is get down and get in front of the ball. You keep the man on first base.
My Lord.
Put a knee down.
You look at this and go, oh, I should have done this.
Basic fundamentals.
But I'll tell you what, the guys with the Woodstock Black Sox, Tom O'Rourke, Mike Stennett, Patrick Carroll, they practice with these kids and they teach them.
Yes, they
do. And they teach them more than just a game, believe me. Ground ball to third.
He needs to hold on to that ball.
He's going to hold on to it. He doesn't have anything.
Got the guy in the rundown. You still got 2 outs, but Gunny can. This is a situation Gunny can take advantage of. And these are the timely hit situations. 2 outs.
They went out and they went on him. They caught him off guard here. You'll see they moved up. But now what's more important is you put 2 runners in scoring position. And Mike Stennett's going to call timeout and get everybody together. Coach, I'm going to let you put your coach's hat on. We're looking at Irizarry, who doubled and scored. And then you got Juan Trivio behind. Do you pitch to him here?
Yeah, well, in this case, Tim, I probably would put him on personally. I mean, there's nothing else that could happen but the 2-run score on the base hit. But I wouldn't give him a chance to beat me. I would definitely put him on here and have some confidence in my pitcher. Because, like I said, you know, Desmond Horn's been throwing a great game so far. He's got five strikeouts. And, you know, he's just got to get his team behind him and cut down the errors.
You know, on that replay, Coach, if he holds on to that ball, is he out?
I think so.
Yeah, I do. I mean, it was that close.
Yeah.
So now, I like the timeout by Mike Stennett going out and settling him down.
Yeah, that was perfect timing.
See right there?
I think he would have been out. Well, he called him safe right away.
Yeah, and then he's pointing to the balls. So here we go. Waldemir Irizarry doubled and scored his first time. He's their second baseman, hitting .363 on the season.
That's a good pitch right there. I think you're going to see a lot of curveballs here.
Well, I'm sure Mike said be careful because he's a pretty good hitter that's coming up.
There's number 2 curveball.
Yeah. 1-1 count, 2 down, second and third. Gunning Park in the gray and orange. You're looking at Waldemir Irizarry.
There's number 3 curveball. 3 curveballs in a row. So it shouldn't be a guessing game what's coming next.
Yeah, I would think. Now, you know, maybe, you know, Coach, sometimes they might surprise us. You never know.
There it is.
There it is. He got him. Curveball, curveball, curveball. So they had their chance right there. But again, as we were counting earlier with those strikeouts, he picks up 2 more to add it to 6. So it's 2-1 as we join the top of the 4th inning. And the president of Greater Cleveland Sandlot Baseball, Frank Galicchio, is here. And Frank, it's a great day, but it's a sad day. We talk about it every year. Pre-game ceremony, outstanding player. First of all, let's talk about how it all became about and what does your organization do for the program?
Thank you, Tim, for having me on. Thank you, Mo. For Greater Cleveland Sandlot Baseball, we were founded in June of 2012. We're a 501c3. How we came about? We were at a place called D's on West 25th, having breakfast on a Saturday morning. Mr. Wells was in attendance, and we were all having breakfast. Mike Cummington was sitting there, and me, and before you know it, I need some money. I need to buy this a little thing for the kids for the city of Cleveland. Hey, I got an idea, I told him. Let's have a fundraiser. Well, that's how it began. The accountant from St. Rocco's Church and people from St. Rocco's Church were very, very giving. We put together this fundraiser, which was our first reverse raffle. I figured we could make a few $1,000s to give to Tim and have him get what he needs. And we had a little time. Well, the accountant from St. Rocco's told me, well, you should get a license. So he walked me through getting the license, and the fundraiser paid for the license, and we had enough money that year to, you know, to purchase a few things. The funny thing was the following October, which was my birthday, October 29th, there was that Sandy storm come through. Here's a fly ball to the center fielder, out.
That was Cameron Ray lined out to the center fielder.
So let me intervene here, Frank.
Yes.
The very first year we were in trouble, we didn't have baseball pants for our kids.
No, we didn't.
And that was Mike and you coming together to make that happen.
Yes, and yeah, before we get to the Sandy storm, but yeah, that's exactly what happened, and we were able to purchase the pants through the one fundraiser. So that was in 2012, and it continued 2013, and I started meeting some of the coaches like Mo, and he still does a great job. He's a great analyst too. I know Tom Castleberry isn't here with us today, but Mo took over. He has no competition today.
Well, hold your thought here, Coach. I want to let you know that last week Coach Kaz was with us.
Right.
And he had brought up about you guys going to the World Series one time, that we had just won the regional. You had to get on a plane the next day to go to, I think Florida is where you were going.
Florida.
And he said he came home and he said his wife asked me, he said, I haven't been getting a lot of sleep here lately. But you go back and you think about those kids and those teams. What's some memories, man, with those kids?
Oh, yeah. To meet Hank Aaron, I mean, that was just an amazing day for me, you know, and I don't know if the kids enjoyed it as much as I did, but I'll never forget Hank Aaron saying, "Where are you from again?" And I said, "Cleveland, sir." And he said, "I love the Browns." And I was thinking, like, is this dude crazy or what? He likes the Browns? But yeah, they say he comes to a Browns game every year.
Wow.
So yeah, it's a lot of memories,
Yeah, he snuck in the bleachers. Look at this. This is a shot.
And he's back on it. He's caught it.
I'll tell you, we've seen some great balls hit here in this inning, but some great plays on the defense.
It's just been right at them, you know, and they've been getting at it.
So Mark Ruddy is the one with the catch and left. But yeah, anyway, Frank, to go on with Mike and you and what you guys were doing.
About championship week, I mean, Mike Humiston was such a giving person. He was a gentleman. He loved the kids, and he always spent time with kids, helping them with their batting and their stance. And hey, come here, kid, let me help you. I mean, he was just giving. He meant so much to the organization, but even on his own, just to go to a ball game with him, and he would, you know, introduce them to a kid, and he would just pull them to the side. And then he would talk to kids that maybe got in a little bit of trouble, like, you know, a little bit disagreements. And he was, you know, such a role model. And, you know, but he passed away a few years ago, and I believe this is the end of the inning.
So 1, 2, 3. And again, Mike, we're going to take a look at the as we look over the field here. Again, this is TV20 coming to your house. And again, they still have a plaque here at Brookside Park honoring Mike Humiston. And we'll be able to show that to our viewers. Also, but Mike was more than just a guy that would help put a fundraiser together. He was the kind of guy, he joined us on TV20 several times talking about the baseball. He loved baseball.
He did. He really loved the game, and I know Tim knew him for longer than I have, but Mike was. He's just missed. That's all I can say about that. And the sad part about the presentation today, before the presentation, is his wife was going to be here with us today, Maria Humiston, and she couldn't make it because they just lost their daughter-in-law yesterday. And it was really sad, and the timing couldn't have been worse. But
so we got for Woodstock number 2, and that's Marcelo Chapman. He goes to Benedictine High School, and he'll be taking the mound from Desmond Horn.
Now, yeah, this is the guy they originally were going to start, but now they've changed roles and he becomes the relief pitcher. And we had a chance to hear from the assistant coach, Tom O'Rourke, about Marcelo Chapman, the pitcher, right now.
Marcelo Chapman. Marcelo is going to need to be consistent and accurate with the fastball and stay within the strike zone and keep the batters in line as far as pitch count and balls and strikes.
So again, Marcelo Chapman, the relief pitcher who was going to start. That's why originally he said he was a starting pitcher, but he's a relief pitcher here. But Desmond Horn gave him some great innings.
Yes, he did.
4 good innings, 2-1, good ball game. We're in the bottom of the 4th. 2-1. And again, Frank, you're mentioning about Maria, and our thoughts and prayers goes out to the family.
Yes, yeah, Mike Humiston originated from St. Boniface Church, which is right up the hill here on Denison, and a lot of talent come out of that CYO sports is baseball and basketball. And Tim Wells, he coached himself, coached a lot of the people that came out of St. Boniface. I'm from St. Rocco's, and I was the enemy, but either way, we're all in this together to help the kids from the city of Cleveland and continue on with what started when we were kids. We were very fortunate growing up. And this organization we have, Greater Cleveland Sandlot Baseball, we're not real big or anything like that, but we try to get things done. And we were talking earlier about that Sandy storm. Well, it turns out that on my birthday, that was the night Sandy storm hit. And, we were very fortunate. We lost electricity. Everybody lost electricity and stuff like that. But, nobody was hurt or anything. But the disaster was this field right here, Talty Field. I mean, they weren't able to play ball, and that was October. So somehow, some way, I had my cousin Joe Chingopami. He works for Fabrizi. And, he's very talented when it comes to working with things. And we were at breakfast again one Saturday. And I told Tim, my cousin's down there looking at the field right now. Within an hour, he said, come on down, it's done. What do you mean it's done? So we took a ride, me, Mike, and Tim. We come down here, the 5-6 of us are standing there, and the field's back in shape. It was the wind pulled the backstop completely up out of its base. I mean, it was like an 8-foot base that holds these poles up, and it was totally out of whack. He pulled it in like it was never gone. And just a few touches later from other people that don't do fencing and putting up nets, we were able to play ball that year. I mean, those are the things that people that enter our life. It's a pop-up.
Drifted back and made the catch.
I'll tell you what, Coach, defensively they have not played bad.
No, they haven't. They had that one little hiccup in center field where the center fielder didn't get down, and that didn't hurt them because the run didn't score. But otherwise, they've been getting outs, and their pitching. Well, pitching has been, the key.
Like most stresses for the last few years that I know of, even tonight I was listening to him, he stresses fundamentals. Fundamentals are so important in this sport. This is, like I said, you can make things up even with a mistake in a game of baseball. But
so, Coach, tell me this. Mike Humiston, you knew him when you were a high school coach. Tell us a little bit about Mike.
Yeah, Mike, come around, give us pointers as coaches, and talk to the kids and give them some pointers, and just try to guide them in the right direction. Like I said, he was a fun guy. Always cracking jokes, and definitely baseball community is definitely going to miss him. But I think it's a great thing that you guys have going, that you guys started, giving back in his name, and just a great guy.
Definitely a great guy, Mo. We appreciate you, and Mike loved you. And Mike never overstepped any coach. He would always just ask for permission. He never
Right.
just took a kid or took control of anything. You know what I mean? but he saw things in kids, and you know, that they didn't see in nobody else, and he would just, come here, kid. Let me tell you something. I like your fire. You know what I mean? I'm gonna put you in the right direction here. You know.
Yeah, this is a new hitter up. This is Macklin Rockus. He came in for
James Peterson.
Number 2, yeah, for James Peterson.
And this man is from Lutheran West.
Lutheran West is batting .245. His favorite player is Trevor Bauer, and he just got a walk. So that's the tying run at first base.
I heard yesterday, a friend of mine told me that the Indians were going after Trumbo. They were trying to get him, that big hitter. I don't know who he's playing with now. He with the
Angels?
Yeah. I heard they were trying to go after him.
They said they were going after, what's the other big hitter?
Bryce Harper.
Bryce Harper. Yeah, I heard that too. Yeah.
Trade away the whole team for him.
Yeah, that's right. Who will be left? Get these kids out there to play with Bryce.
Well, I'll tell you what, I tip my hat to Mike Chernoff, their general manager, and the president of the Cleveland Indians, Antonetti, because, you know, they're always looking not only just for that moment, but to get guys that have some years on their contract, so they got them for a few years.
Once again, Mo is right. The fundamentals. Another great play in right. He's in a perfect spot.
Yeah, he moved. He had his right fielders move in, and at a young age, you do that. You know, kids don't really have power to the opposite fields, so you move that right fielder in on a right-handed batter, and it kind of cuts off those bloopers. That would have been a blooper right there, probably a fair ball if he was playing in the regular territory as a right fielder.
Yeah, those are game play differences sometimes, like Mo said.
Oh my goodness!
Wow.
I mean, there's a great throw. You got to catch that.
They may try to send him here.
Here he comes.
Don't throw that.
Wow, what a rifle that catcher has,
huh? Man.
That's Horn.
My heart just pumped. My heart's just going tick, 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 go.
Did you hear me? Don't throw that.
Yeah.
that catcher's a pitcher?
That was a pitcher that just came off, yep.
Wow, what a rifle that kid has.
Yes,
oh, my God.
He does.
Wow. Mike would have loved that one, huh, Tim?
Oh, yeah. I can hear him now. You can see, whoa, let me get back
here. And he fires it back. Oh,
I don't know. Definitely.
He was definitely out. Got another break.
Carlos got that look. You see Carlos's look?
You know, we've been trying to be nice, but that's twice over in that way. You tell us at home, is he out?
Look, he is out. There's the tag.
He's not even to the base.
Not even on the base.
He was out of there.
Yeah, he got him.
Well, you can.
Oh, he got him again. Throw the ball.
Oh,
and he got him.
He's done.
Wow.
It's 2-1. That was a big run. That was a big
inning. When you have a catcher that fires the ball like that, you always tell your kids to be careful. I mean, you're not going anywhere on third base. Get back to the bag. That kid's got a big smile on his face. He has
How many times you seen kids smile playing defense,
Oh,
Coach?
man, it's...
I know he's sitting to your right, Mo. Ask Siobhan about that one. When my nephew was playing, they were in a rundown and a rundown and a rundown. He came in from left field. They give it to him. Fastest kid on the team. Siobhan ran him down like it.
Wow. A lot of memories, a lot of memories.
That was a big out right there. You're going into the top of the fifth, and, you know, you spoil your run at third from just base running mistake, you know?
One guy I want to thank in particular that just walked by, Edwin Santiago. He's always behind the scenes. He's amazing.
Yeah, Ed's seen a lot of these events. He's been part of the TV20 and the telecast we do every year. Different sports, swim meet, all kind of things. He's the guy from behind the scenes. But again, our special thanks has to go out to TV20 and those folks. You know, you can start with their general manager, Kathy Allen, and Leah Hasledge, and Pat Longbreak, who's directing today, Henry Picterna, Eddie Malone, Linnell, who's over there at the camera. I think he got hit one time. And then my man up on Eric Boone, he's been safe all year. Big E, he's had the helmet on and everything, but I haven't seen him duck or anything, so he's doing okay behind home plate.
Is that the same helmet he wears every year, or does he get a new one? Because it looks like the same one.
And you got Doug, Phil, and so many people. I'm going to miss somebody here, you know, and I'm telling you, they do a great job. For Adam Rosinskis, our audio guy. Although every time I see him, he keeps talking about Quidditch. You know, he's still pushing for Quidditch, I'll tell you. Ground ball to the pitcher, right back. Nice play.
So we got a new pitcher in, Tim. It's Ezekiel Alfonso, number 11. And he's from Mount Carmel. His favorite player is Jose Altuve. And his favorite team is the Indians.
He's got the kind of that look of an Altuve.
How about Mount Carmel? What is that? Mount Carmel Church?
Yeah.
Yes. What a great parish. Father Richard Roush, he does a great job with the teenagers and stuff and little ones. What a great job they do there.
I'll tell you one thing about Frank, and if you haven't caught on to it yet, Coach. Woo! Solid hit right up the middle.
Solid rip up the middle.
Another nice play.
Wow.
That sounded like one of those old aluminum bats.
Take a look at it right here, Coach.
Yeah, that ball rocketed off that bat.
That's a solid hit. There's no doubt. That's a hit in any league.
And I can tell you one thing. Stennett will definitely be trying to run.
Oh, yeah, they're going to run. They're going to run.
Chance they get.
They're going to run. Which, hey, if that, you know, use the speed to your advantage. Why not?
It's number 14. And had the base hit. Marquise Pinckney.
There he goes.
There's the run. Here's the throw, and he's in there.
Tim Wells called that one. He knew they were going to run.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you one thing about Galicia, if you haven't noticed, Coach. Every time we mention a Catholic church, he's talking about St. Rocco, he's going to go to the pearly. You're all set, Frank. Trust me, you're good.
I don't know.
Throws it again.
The third, they got him picked off now. They're going to chase him down, and they're going to get him out there.
Once again, Mo with the fundamentals. He held the ball right. He chased him down. He kept going. He didn't have to throw it, and that's what you do. You run him back the ball.
Yeah, you should have never gone.
We got Colin here, one of the umpires. I noticed in the stands here, somebody looked familiar to me, like Tim was just saying. Mark Ruddy, he's got his kid playing here today. Mark Ruddy's from West Park. I believe he's a Cleveland policeman, and I've been noticing that more and more, that the parents and families come down and support their children playing.
Hey, you couldn't ask for better weather for a ball game and a nice facility.
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder that. I'm drinking a ginger ale, and I don't think you drank anything, Tim.
That's true. That is true. We wouldn't go back 20 years, but right now.
This is Raekwon Easter up the bat. Pops one up. That's going to be a tough one. And he drops it. And that, folks, is why you run everything out. That's a rare.
How does that out look now?
Yeah. And that's a rare error from Mr. Foster.
You know, we got Dave Bertolone, the umpire-in-chief for Greater Cleveland. He's looking on.
What a great guy, him and Colin.
We're going to send him the video of some of these so he can go over them. And they've had so many bang plays. And everything seems to be first and third. More at third than first. How many times do you ever see that where there's four guys and you got two pivotal calls and they're both at third base? But hey, that's why they play the game.
And Easter was taken off again.
I don't know what. I mean, they better hold him because that's the only way he's going to make it. Is he's got to get a big jump. This guy's got a strong arm.
These are crucial runs here. This is a big run. This is a big run, but he might be able to pitch his way out of this.
This is number 6, Preston Robinson.
Ooh, that was a good pitch.
Jane Addams.
Even Mo, he's not stressing too much about pitching, but man, there's been some good pitches, good location pitches by these young talent, young men pitching here today.
Oh, right on the money. It got by him.
He needs to stay at first.
Big hit.
Wow. I mean, he ripped that pitch, but that center field has been in a perfect spot all game and just tipped off his glove.
Well, since you brought that up, do you think these lights have anything to do with this?
No. Not at this. These lights are nice and high. You know, you would want them to be higher, but these are young players, so they're not getting the ball up above the lights.
I see.
You usually have a problem when the ball goes up above the lights and then comes back in.
Like that short pop-up earlier might have been a problem. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe not. I'm just asking. But Tim Wells sitting here. I tell you what a role model. My whole life. I want to say this on the air. He's just, what a great guy Tim Wells. What the job you do with the city of Cleveland and everybody you touch. I mean, there's people my age.
I appreciate the kind words, but this isn't about me. This is about the kids out here playing. We try to give them an opportunity to have a good time, and they seem to be enjoying it tonight.
But this is a tribute to you, Tim, and Mo, and all your whole staff. This is a tribute, what we see here tonight. And like you said, what a beautiful night for baseball. This is a beautiful night.
I can tell you that Marcus Morrison, and we'll go back for a memory here, Coach. If you remember, there was a game where the alumni was playing the RBI kids when you were batting.
Right.
And he hit one over the fence. It went out of here so fast. Do you remember who you hit it off of?
Yeah. I don't want to mention his name, but he's actually playing in. He was actually one of the top
players in the area.
Yeah.
And he hit it
and in college
so hard and so fast. Dead ball like that.
Oh my God.
You know, that was so fun, Tim. Just to, you know, I obviously have a passion for baseball, but you know, just to be able to show the kids, like, you know, you got to get down with it. You got to you know, you never know when that last game is going to be, you know, so you play every game like your last game. And hopefully that, you know, that rubbed off on some of those guys. And, you know, most of our RBI guys, they actually went on and are doing great things. I just talked to one today, and he's actually correction officer downtown. He's 21 years old now, and his time is flying. When he told me that, I was just like, I remember having to bench you one day because of your attitude, and now you're a correction officer, you're going to be a sheriff, and it's just so amazing and how fast things happen, and just to see these kids, you know, to grow up and become men and giving back to their community and doing great things.
That's the biggest tribute, Mo. That's basically what I was saying about your staff. And Tim Wells, I mean, you know, he's got longevity on a lot of us, but I know it's not about him, and I know that. I know
Mo and those guys are unsung heroes. They're volunteers that have given back for years.
Oh, yes.
You know what really was amazing me, Mo, as you were speaking, the shot that TV20 gave with that drone camera in Cleveland and the park, and they are amazing. Yeah. They are amazing. Our hats have to go off to them.
I'm gonna be honest with you. When I was on the mound waiting to do the presentation earlier, I was a little scared. I didn't know what was above me. I was scared to look off. then Rob said, "Hey, it's a drone." Oh my God.
Yeah, I got a drone at home I play with. Wow. I love those things.
So leading off is number 7.
The punt. Oh, what a play!
It's a dead ball that hit out the net.
No, it didn't hit the net, Coach.
Yeah, it hit the net.
I think it did hit the net. Yeah. Oh, it did hit the net. Okay, I didn't see it.
Wow, that's pretty high.
Yeah, it was the net kind of slants, so it slant of the net. He's got one strike.
Again, Matthew Ruddy is now at the plate. He's from Our Lady of Angels.
It's Mark's kid. Mark's in the stands with us.
Likes Lonnie Chisenhall.
Comes from a great family, good people. I worked with some of them at the courts before I retired. I appreciate Channel 20 and the staff for letting me be on this long with this championship game here.
Well, Frank, we do appreciate the work that you do with the Greater Cleveland Sandlot Baseball. Again, it's a nonprofit. They have a fundraiser one time a year. And again, it's just to raise funds to help buy. We just purchased some gloves the other day, and we bought some pants again this year to provide for the kids. So again, they're part of helping it. Our big sponsor is the Cleveland Baseball Federation, who provides all the equipment, pays for the umpires. So it is a group effort. And again, you mentioned about how Joe came in and fixed the fence. Obviously, all the people you know that have really made it all worthwhile, we send our special thanks to them today.
And I'd like to thank them on the air. The people I know, the people from St. Rocco's, they've been done nothing but good to our organization. I mean, they volunteer every time we ask. And a special thanks to my brother Louis, who was a retired corrections officer. Well, my brother is a retired corrections officer, and I'd like to thank him personally, and Nick Mazzone, and like I said, the staff from St. Rocco's, and all my friends that we meet up with. And I want to reach out to Dan Mason. I hope you're well. And Bill Repa, I hope you're recovering. These are old timers that are part of our group currently. And thank you, Tim. And thanks for everybody for donating monetary and your time to our organization. And thank you, Mo. And good luck with what you do and everything. And I'd like to thank people from the city of Cleveland, Mike Cox, and everybody involved. Thank you.
Sam Gisson-Tanner, our commissioner, and everyone else.
Yes,
we appreciate it.
And the commissioner and everybody.
So again, joining us today was Frank Galiccio, the president of the Greater Cleveland Sandlot Baseball. Frank, thanks for coming by and really being a part of the 2018 season and making it worthwhile for our kids.
Tell Mike Serpatowski I said hello. Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks, Frank.
And we got Neil Rodriguez up the bat. He's 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's the count. Got no outs. And Matthew Ruddy is on first base with his base hit. Matthew Ruddy takes off. And he's in there.
Got a big jump on him.
He stole that. He stole that one on the pitcher. You know, at this young age, you got to vary your looks. But again, that's the learning process. Those are, you asked me earlier, some of the things they got to learn going into high school. You know, guys in high school are going to pick that up. You know, you're doing the same thing every time. So young pitchers, you know, don't do the same thing every time. Vary your looks. Step off if you need to. And that's the foul tip, strike 3.
So out number 1. Can't count this as another strike. We got a new pitcher here.
Correct.
So now it's number 17 who's coming in to hit. His name is Eli Lopez. He's from Lutheran West, or he's entering Lutheran West. A Francisco Lindor supporter.
I think Lutheran West is where our former player Brian Ruiz is coaching right now.
Oh, that would be tremendous.
Yeah,
they're going to get some great teaching from Brian.
Yeah, he was over there at Lutheran West.
Well, they won't be able to speak the lingo and confuse us because Brian can pick that up.
Right.
So 3-1, you're seeing the score. We're in the bottom of 5. Man on second. 1 down. Takes one outside. 2-0.
he's getting behind on his hitters, and then he's trying to come back. Obviously, he was successful last at batter, but right now you got to get ahead, keep your team in it.
I'll tell you what, throw strikes, you're going to be a happy man, and your coach is going to be a happy man.
Exactly.
So 3-1. The Woodstock Black Sox and Gunning Gators, the defending champ. Woodstock's been here a couple times.
Good pitch.
Another pitch.
I know Coach Mike was like, I wish you would have threw these strikes at the beginning of the at-bat.
Mike is amazing with what he does with those kids over there.
Well, he got the strikeout. And Desmond Horn is just firing the ball all over the place. You know, I'm really impressed with this kid.
So now we're back to the top of the order. Kelvin Foster. I know he's glad to see Desmond Horn's catching in that pitch. As both times that Desmond faced him, he struck out both times. So you can tell these guys are together. And when you look at, let's look at the coaches for both teams, Coach. Let's talk a little bit about Mike Stennett.
Yeah, Mike Stennett, 1976 graduate from East High. I didn't know Mike was, you know, that old.
Blue Bomber, huh?
Looks young, man. He's
a
young cat.
I keep telling you, where's that hat to hide that gray hair, he told me.
So he's a center defensive tackle in football at East High. He's 22 years of coaching. Coaches football, basketball, and baseball. And in 2015, the youth baseball city champs. And, you know, I've known Mike for a long time, and he has a real passion for the kids. And he works in the same area. I mean, the Zelma George is in the same area as where I teach. And it's a pretty tough neighborhood. And but Mike comes in there and he does a great job. He knows the kids. You know, he gets to know the families, and he puts his heart into what he does. And you know, Mount Pleasant area is lucky to have a Mike Stennett.
You know, and Mike's always had this saying, you know, save a child, save a life.
Right.
You know, and a lot of times parents send their kids to Mike not because of the sport, but because of the life lessons and things that he teaches.
And the discipline.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Mike, when you can tell when somebody cares because they don't let you get away with anything. You know, don't let you get away with anything. And he's got a tough job, but obviously he's doing a great job at it because these kids right now, they're in a championship game. They're up 3-1, and you know, on the bottom of the 5th inning.
So deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Kelvin Foster going to foul one off, but out of play. Went down the ladder to get it. There's my man Linnell. You're okay, baby. Went outside. You're safe. You know, those guys that work them cameras go, am I okay? Am I okay? (3-1). They'd like to narrow it down here, right here. Tough ball game. Fouls it off. Got a good swing, but he just not falling right for him. Guy on deck that'd like to get his shot is Edwin Cruz. Full count.
He wants a new ball.
That's usually the first mistake. Again, we want to remind you that next week we'll be right back here at Brookside Park for the Youth Baseball Championship game between the Estabrook Eagles and the Woodstock Black Sox. Didn't chase it that time.
No, he didn't. Took the walk.
So now you got 2 on, 2 out. And now you're looking at Edwin Cruz. So we're in the bottom of 5. We play 7. You're looking at Edwin Cruz. His first 2 times up. Grounded out to short. Singled and moved up on an error by the center fielder. So he's been putting the bat on the ball. You can hear a pin drop.
Yeah.
You know it's a point in the ball game.
Tense situation. Runner goes. He swings at a high pitch. If that was a hit and run, I could see that. But if you're just trying to protect the runner, just swing through the pitch.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
I don't think that was the case. So now 1-1. They're kind of moving up in the box, trying to take away that breaking ball. So 2 guys in scoring position. On deck, John Race. Another key point where Gunning has been knocking on the door a couple times. But they're trying to get that big hit. Ground ball, foul. Coach Torres.
I thought he was going out there for a meeting. I'm like, you know, just toss the ball back to him.
So 2-2.
He needs to throw his best pitch right here. Okay. Keep the ball down. Want to get your team a ground ball here. On the flip side, Gunning would love to see a base hit here to tie this game up. One swing at a bat. There it is.
There's the big hit they needed. They'll round second. He's going to head for third. They got interference. So a big hit by Edwin Cruz. He's just tied up our ball game.
And that was a stroke to the gap. Left the ball up. And he ripped it right to a gap.
And here comes Mike Stennett. So Mike's going to make a couple changes here. So while they do that, we'll take a break and we'll be back with more Junior Baseball Championship right here from Brookside Park.
We'd do anything for kids. Yet 1 in 6 children in the U.S. struggle with hunger. Help end childhood hunger near you. Learn how at feedingamerica.org.
Well, welcome back to Brookside Park. The new pitcher on the mound is Cameron Ray. He'll face number 8, John Reyes, the center fielder, who's 0 for 2 so far. He has struck out and reached on an error over at third base.
First one, he bounces in there. Uh-oh. Lackadaisical.
That hurt.
Yep, that's what happens when you just get too relaxed, though. And then you get that. So they took the lead on a lackadaisical play. And the pitch right after that, they get the third out.
So 4-3. Gunning takes its first lead of the ball game as we go to the top of the 6th. There it is, TV20 coming in your house. We are Cleveland, and we haven't had a chance to tell you about some free recreation programs, even though it is now the fall season. Baseball season's come to an end, and usually the first thing we think about is football, volleyball. But folks, we want to let you know that there are free meals. There's our hot shot. There's our cam, the famous camera from above that has been doing a great job giving us the high shots. And again, there is our man in center field, Big Dan Monroe. We got a good shot. Hey, Danny, how are you? Give us a little, there you go. Danny Monroe from TV20 doing a great job. But again, folks, we want to let you know that there is a free meal program in the Cleveland Division of Recreation right now at all recreation centers. All you have to be is a student in school. And again, usually you can go to your center anytime between the hours of right after school. Usually they start serving the meals around 3:30, 4:35, somewhere in there. And only restrictions, you have to be a student in school, and you obviously got to eat the meal there at the recreation center. And what a better way to send your kids to the rec centers, have something to eat, do your homework, and go ahead and recreate. So we're going to the top of the 6th. And the Woodstock Black Sox have a little work to do.
Got Edwin Cruz on the mound.
So that's number 9, Edwin Cruz, that's come in to pitch. That can't be Edwin. I thought that was 9. Is that 3 or 9? I can't see 3. Oh, yeah. Edwin Cruz, number 3. Thing that you like is you look at both of these teams. They're developing, they're teaching. Down low. Not a way to start out.
No.
How many times does coaches start saying, oh, my Lord, don't do this to me now?
And then you got 3 straight balls. Now he comes back with a strike. If I'm a hitter, I'm making him throw another strike. I'm going to hit with 2 strikes. I'm definitely not swinging at this pitch. There you go.
So the first hitter for the Black Sox is on. Nobody out. And now 23, or number 20. Make sure I get the right guy. Mike Reeder. So Jameer is on with the walk.
There he goes.
And he's taking off on the first pitch. And he's in there. So now you have a runner in scoring position. You look at it here, folks.
He's in there.
Oh, yeah.
Ball was high.
Definitely here. High tag. He's already there. Good call by our second base umpire, Chester Murphy. They're going to move up to third on a ball getting by. So now you got a man on third with nobody out.
He's got to be careful with that slide. And those are Hollywood bases, and they do not move.
Yeah, got to slide before you get to the bag. That's up high. One-two count. We've been had just. He took that one and was looking. He put his head down. He got to swing at that.
Yeah, he put a little something on that pitch.
And he caught him. So 1 down.
This Cameron Ray is up the bat. Man on third, 1 down.
But you got 2 of your best hitters coming up here with Cameron Ray and Desmond Horn. See if they can put the ball in play. And right down Broadway.
He's starting to feel it now up there.
You're looking at Junior Championship Baseball, Cleveland Division of Recreation. A lot of fans here, a lot of moms and dads.
1-1 count, and 1 out.
Take that one outside.
Just a base hit. I mean, even a ground ball to the opposite side of the field. Get him in there.
Ground ball
That's
back
the
to
ball
the pitcher.
you don't want.
He's going to try to come home.
Hey.
He's in there. Speed, speed, speed. Jameer Phillips.
It's a great slide.
Again, Edwin Cruz feeling the ball. I think he took his eye off it before he could realize. And again, the catcher up the line.
Yep.
He stayed back a little bit. He might have had him. It was pretty close, but again, give credit. Had to make it happen. So we are tied, and now it'll be Desmond Horn.
That's correct.
And he's not thinking about a single right now, Coach.
And just on his swing, Tim, I can show him one thing to unlock his hands. His hands are locked up, so he's kind of
can't roll him.
Can't get him
you
rolled
can
over.
See he's got him wrapped real deep in the hands.
Yeah.
Locking them in.
Just the little things will help a kid like this just go to that next level. That should have been caught, some time ago, you hope. But, again, as time goes on, you just keep learning the game.
I'm going to foul that one back up. Again, the Gunning Gators come in here with a 9-0 record, but they are being challenged. Their playoff wins were over Bedford 10-3, O-Ball Sliders 8-4.
Got him with the high one.
Pitching, pitching, pitching.
Well, they got the run they wanted. Now they have to go out and play some defense. And Gunning's going to be looking to get some guys on base and move them around. Bottom of the 6, 4-4. Look at that shot, Tim. It's beautiful.
I'll tell you what, you couldn't, you can't get anything better than this, folks. Come down here and enjoy this and see the outstanding things that take place at Brookside Park. So now we go into the bottom of the 6th, and we are tied. And the other thing we want to let you know, folks know, that even after we have the youth baseball next week, we'll be following up with our girls fast pitch game, where it will be the Gunning Gators taking on Stella Walsh. The Cougars of Stella Walsh in the girls fast pitch. So they'll come out here, warm up, I guess, because he was the catcher. They got to wait till he gets suited up, or he's back there now.
So they brought Horn back in to finish the game off. Nice little strategy.
Yeah, he figures that, hey, when you use them, you got another inning to go with.
Come in, close it down. I think that's the thinking that Mike Stinnett had.
Yeah. So again, the Woodstack Black Sox, for the ones that don't know, they're over by the Zelma George Recreation Center. They're actually from the Zelma George Center, which is located at 3155 Martin Luther King Boulevard. For some folks knowing where Luke Easter Park is, yes, that's right there. Or for the old timers, you might remember it as Woodhill Park.
Yep. I just saw Luke Easter's grandson this morning.
Ground ball to third. Nice hop. Goes over. Wildly error. Moves up to second base. So the error on the third baseman. So now
Raekwon Foster, he's got to shake that one off because the ball's going to find him again.
Irizarry reaches on the air, and now it's number 20 batting for the Gunning team.
Devontae Johnson from Marshall.
John Marshall. 247 on the year. Likes Bryce Harper.
Likes the whole team, the Nationals.
You see the coaches, they're getting everybody in. Mandatory play rule.
Mm-hmm. He was toying with the runner, acting like he was going to start off from the windup, but couldn't fool him.
Gunning will have to earn it against this guy. He's a tough pitcher. You know, he's had six or seven strikes when he went out.
Mm-hmm. Oh, 2 count. I don't see anything but a dirt ball here. Nice pitch. Wow.
Coach, let me just say this. I'm glad I ain't got to be up there hitting against him. This man's got poise. He's a competitor.
Yes, he is.
Look at it here, folks.
Boom.
Dropped it right in there.
Right in there.
So now number 9 for the Gunning Gators. That's Macklin Rockless.
He's got to be careful there. It didn't look like he came to a complete stop. You don't want to get a balk call this late in the game.
Seconds creeping, seconds creeping.
First time we've seen him kind of fall behind the hitters a little bit.
Yeah, I think he thought that last pitch was a strike, so gotta forget that really quick and get back to pitching.
Two-one count, one down, man on second.
This is Macklin Rockus up the bat. Again, from Lutheran West. Runners takes off. Oh, and he throws the ball.
That hurt.
Yeah, you know this is junior ball, Tim. You know your guys are going to make some mistakes, but coaching-wise, you got to tell him in that situation, just let him have it. The furthest he's going to go is third base.
Yeah, you don't want to give him that run.
You don't want to give him that run. You got your best pitcher on the mound. Give him a chance to get you out of the trouble. Beautiful pitch. You got a kid here that can strike out the side. You know, he's been doing it already. There it is.
So 2 down. And now it'll be up to Jacob Martinez. Reached on an error. His first time up.
Jacob Martinez likes Lonnie Chisenhall. Good pitch. Bottom dropped out of that one.
Coach, tell me, I'm thinking Desmond Horn, football player as well?
I'm not sure. He looks like he's got the body type. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think he plays football as well.
I'll be looking out for this kid in the future.
Oh, absolutely. And Jacob Martinez with a base hit.
Dropped that right in there, right over the shortstop's head. And left a ball up.
So the courtesy runner for the catcher. So now number 7 for Gunning. And this is Matthew Ruddy. But she's hit for his brother.
Sure is. That's where he wants to stay. The umpire's giving him that pitch. Stay right in there.
I think the ump gave up on that too early.
Yeah.
3-1 count. 2 down.
Three-two count. Good pitch.
So they pick up another strikeout. He actually strikes out the 3 outs to extend his 9 strikeouts in the ball game. But more importantly, we're now going to go to the top of the 7th. And they'll be starting with Carlos Ferguson, Marcelo Chapman, and Marquise Pinckney. They need 1 to tie, 2 to win, 2 to take the lead. And the Gunning Gators are looking for 3 outs. Good ball game, 5-4. And there's our drone camera from TV20 high above. Again, they do a great job in the shots that we've been seeing here all day today, and it's truly been a great day here at Brookside Park for these young people to get out here and play. This has been one of those years weather-wise, Coach, that kind of dodged the rain and rainouts, and even in the spring, when you think about the Tribe, when they started playing, what was the temperature down there? It was like,
right.
Man, I wouldn't even want to think about it. What was it, like 19, 20, or 22 degrees or something? It's like, what the heck?
Yeah, it's just that bat vibrates in your hand, and oh man.
So 5-4, we got Big Mike Stenning in the house, and he's trying to pull one off here. His kids are playing well. Just made a couple boo-boos that kind of hurt them. But let's see if they can rally and come back. And they're going to start off. And this guy hit one on the rope last time. If I remember right, number 11. No, it was 20. It was 20 that hit the bullet.
Oh,
he's up there swinging a high pitch. He's anxious now. And Edwin Cruz, he would like nothing better to shut this down. He's had a heck of a day here. We're in the 7th. Swung and missed. Again, 2 pitches not in the strike zone. Cruz looks like he's rushing a little bit here, Coach.
Got him with a curveball. They just need 2 outs.
So 1 down. And now it's number 2. Marcelo Chapman.
He's got to take his time, right? You're right, Tim, and get that first strike in there, get ahead of these hitters. You don't want to fall behind. This is a crucial inning, and you're ahead 1 run. You don't want any base runners.
So 1-1 count, 1 down.
Drop down a little. Drop that arm down a little sidearm action.
So, folks, you at home, start thinking who would be your outstanding player of this game. I definitely could make a case for both teams for an outstanding player. Fortunately, we only go with one. Full count. One down. And he'll put him on. You understand that, Coach?
Nah, I think he said, you know, no more base runners.
Is that what it was?
No, I'm not sure.
So now batting is number 14, Marquise Pinckney. He's been able to put the ball in play. Both times up.
Guy starts him off with a strike there. And he set
Whoa!
Not a good call right there. Not as far as sending him. Didn't have a.
I don't know, Coach.
He didn't have a good jump.
You tell us at home, folks. We'll look at it right here. There's the ball.
Oh, that looked like he ever tagged him.
Yeah. I think he's trying to get him to appeal, but he's not handling it right. And the umpire can't call it from behind home plate. There's no way. I mean, you're looking at it here, folks. You're getting another look at it. It does. Maybe he got him on the leg, but he would have been there by then.
Yeah, his arms was already in there.
Yeah.
So we'll see how they rule this one. Well, they say he's still out.
Oh, yeah.
Little souvenir.
Here's my man, Eric Boone. Eric, done a great job over the years, man. You're safe tonight, baby. Riding that hat on there, boy, every year.
The trusty helmet.
I don't want to jinx him now and have that tank thing come back. We had plywood and everything else, so they finally came up with the right avenue to do it.
And Marquise Pinckney, he's still battling up here. He goes to Ohio College Prep. His favorite team is the Indians, and he likes Billy Hamilton.
Take one up high. Should be 2-2, I think. Am I right, Coach?
I think so.
Yeah.
One thing about baseball is not over to the last out, so this guy's still got a chance. And there it is.
And missed. And the Gunning Gators There's a happy group there, Coach.
All right. Got the little water spray going.
Well, folks, stay with us, because when we come back, we will have our champions, and Coach Mo will be telling us who that outstanding player is.
Sadness. Difficulty concentrating. Loss of interest. Depression can be treated. The first step is talking.
We're here with the 2019 city champions for the junior boys baseball, the Gunning Gators. First thing we're going to do is we're going to present the MVP trophy. This kid, he had the game-winning double and brought the team back. He also finished the game pitching, closed it out, and got the win. So Edwin Cruz, I want to present you with the 2018-19 Mike Hummiston Award, Most Valuable Player. Congratulations. Would you like to say anything?
No, I'm good.
Next, I'm going to hand it off to Rob Anderson to present the championship trophy.
On behalf of the Cleveland Baseball Federation, City of Cleveland, Cleveland Indians Charities, I want to present 2018 Junior Boys Champion, the Gunning Park Gators.
Coach, you want to say congratulations and, just give us a rundown on how the game went for you.
Well, the game started off with a little bit of adversity. We just try to keep our poise, trust our defense. In these type of situations, certain players put a lot of pressure on themselves. But as a coach, you just got to keep everything the way it is. And we were fortunate to get a wild throw to put us ahead, and then Edwin came in and closed us out. So much appreciated.
Hey, it looks like you guys had a great year this season, and, we wish you guys the best. I heard you saying some of your guys are moving up, and, they're just going to get better. So, you guys that are coming back, keep working hard, and way to go, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We're going to throw it back to Tim. Back to you, Tim.
Thank you, Coach. Again, what an outstanding day today here, folks, at Brookside Park. You've been watching Junior Baseball Championship. Again, when you look at this day, a lot of young teenagers got an opportunity to play and enjoy the game that they all love. Today will be their day. But before we leave, want to remind you that next week we'll be right back here on TV20, where it'll be the Youth Baseball Championship game between the Woodstock Black Sox and the Estabrook Eagles. But before we leave, we're going to take a look at some of the faces, some of the great plays that were part of the 2018 Junior Championship. So I'm Tim Wells for Mo, Marcus Morrison, and Rob Anderson. Thanks for being part of TV20. Good night, everyone.